start with Arsenal. Back on form. The one thing they're missing is a goal scorer at the moment, but all of a sudden they're scoring for fun again.
It was just goal after goal, and then poor West Ham fans saw them sort of trudging out at half-time, as you would if your team's getting that battered. Yeah, they were superb. I mean, every single time they went forward or they put the ball into the box, you're thinking, here's another one, here's another goal. And yeah, they had to win, didn't they, with City winning and Liverpool winning. So, yeah, it was a big statement from Arsenal again.
Yeah, the goal differences are now very similar. Liverpool plus 32, Man City plus 31, Arsenal plus 31 as well. Points, not that much between the three teams. It's really quite exciting. It could be, couldn't it?
I think it's great for the neutral. I think it's great that they're still winning, and it's going to be really tight. And I think for us who talk a lot about it on TV, then it just keeps it interesting, doesn't it? Really, really interesting. Three teams, I think, going for it. I know Spurs got a late winner, but do you see them in the title race? Spurs, I don't see them. I don't see them having enough. No, I think it's a 3-horse race, isn't it?
Yeah, not quite at the moment. I don't think. I think it'd be interesting to get a 3-team title race. It's been quite some time. Bukayo Saka, yeah. I think, is worth a mention. Another 2 goals. Obviously, one of them was a penalty, but I mean, he's a footballer that we've all admired. Probably had, by his standards, a slight dip in form over the last few weeks, but the last few games he's been brilliant. I love his decision making with the ball. He's one of those players, you know, when you're watching a game, Alan, you think, right, give it there, and he does, and then you think, right, do a little thing, and he always seems to make the right decision.
I love his attitude as well, guys. Yeah. I think his attitude is amazing. I mean, you would never know whether hasn't scored for 6 months or he's actually on fire. You know, I just think he sort of has this arrogance about him, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. I mean it in a great way. That nothing really affects him, whether it's going well or it's not. He's just got this same attitude all the time, and I mean I think he's an amazing player. And while he may not have got as many goals as he has this season, and as you said, he might not have hit the heights that he perhaps can do or has done, you always know that it's in there, and it's only a matter of time before it comes out. I love him as a player. I think he's brilliant.
I mean, there are not many youngsters that. What was he when they played in the Euros final and he missed that penalty? What, about 18 years old was he? I mean, not many players will be able to handle that. Certainly in the way he's done, and then he's come forward and he takes really important penalties at big moments, and he also comes across as this really sweet lad, but you can see how competitive he is. I would say he's one of the absolute certs as things stand to be in the England team, and
I think that could have finished other players off, you know, and that's what I mean about his attitude.
Well, look at Jadon Sancho, Alan, really.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know whether that was a contributory factor, but it could conceivably have been.
Yeah, I mean, of course it would have affected him, but the way he's just carried on as if it hadn't happened, and you've got to give great credit for him for that. And he's one of England's star players now, isn't he? I mean, I don't think you can doubt that. I mean, he's absolutely nailed on for that England team, and so he should be, because he's a great player.
Yeah, considering the depth of talent that England have got in forward and midfield positions, as you say, he's him and probably Harry Kane. I would say the absolute on that front line. That's kind of sorted already, isn't it? And then it's just who plays on the left, who plays behind, and how he fiddles in the midfield, I imagine. Yeah,
I mean, I've said it once and I'll say it again. I think as a front six midfield going forward, I think we've got the best in world football with the likes of him, Harry, Bellingham. I mean, Bellingham again.
I know, 2 more goals. And of course, yesterday, Declan Rice was sensational as well, wasn't he? 2 set pieces he took that led to goals, and also that wonderful goal against his former club.
I know, yeah. When I saw it, I was thinking, come on. I mean, I know what West Ham means to him, and I understand it, I get it, but I'm not really one for not celebrating, to be honest. You work all week to score goals. I know everyone knows he loves West Ham and what it means to him and everything else. So I get it, but if it was me, I'd be away celebrating.
They seem to have, the West Ham fans have like a love-hate relationship with David Moyes. I suppose fans have a love-hate relationship with most managers. But, you know, you have to say he's done a brilliant job in his 2 spells at West Ham. Obviously, a little bit of a dip going on. It was a bit of a shambles yesterday. He's only got, a few months left of his contract. It's a strange old situation there at the Hammers at the moment.
You know, sometimes better the devil you know, I think. Be careful what you wish for. And they'll be hurting for a while after that performance and result. There'll be a lot of anger around, but I think as hard as it will be to try and look at the bigger picture with West Ham, what are they? They're in 8th position. They got that trophy. I'm not sure they could go any higher than where they are. I think they've spent the money really well that they had for Declan. I'm a fan. I know people will argue against him, but I like David Moyes. I think he's shown a great character. He's been around the block. He knows what he's doing. And I think if they can just park it to one side, that result, and try and look, as I said, at the bigger picture, then I'm all for David Moyes.
Grass is always greener on the other side, isn't it?